The Chicago Bears have officially kicked off their 2025 training camp, and with it comes a surge of anticipation, speculation, and perhaps most importantly, scrutiny. Few players in the NFL are under the kind of spotlight currently focused on second-year quarterback Caleb Williams. After an up-and-down rookie season that showed flashes of brilliance and moments of struggle, the 2025 season is shaping up to be a pivotal year for both Williams and the Bears franchise. The training camp buzz began swirling almost immediately, especially after the first two practices. National sports commentator Colin Cowherd reignited the discussion, labeling the Bears' early offensive efforts as a disaster. According to Cowherd, the offense appeared disjointed, riddled with pre-snap penalties and miscommunication. He even claimed that head coach Ben Johnson became so frustrated that he pulled the first-team offense off the field in one instance. But those who are closer to the team, including reporters and insiders at Hollis Hall, offer a more measured perspective. Ben Johnson himself responded to the chatter, acknowledging the expected rust after a 6-week break following Otas, but also expressing satisfaction with the team's overall approach and energy. That context matters. In NFL training camps, especially in the early going, it's normal to experience timing issues and mental lapses. Pads aren't even on yet, and the true intensity of camp has yet to begin. When it comes to Caleb Williams, expectations are sky high. He was drafted as the presumed savior of a franchise that has struggled to find consistency at the quarterback position for decades. Williams has the tools, elite arm talent, athleticism, poise, but as with any young quarterback, the journey from potential to production takes time, discipline, and the right coaching. That's where Ben Johnson comes in. Known for his demanding, detail-oriented style, Johnson is the opposite of last season's offensive coordinator, Shane Waldron, who was criticized by players for letting too many mistakes go unchecked. Veteran players like Marcedes Lewis even had to step in and ask Waldron to coach the team harder. That lack of accountability was a significant factor in the offense's inconsistency last year. This year feels different. Johnson isn't just challenging Williams, he's challenging everyone. He's unafraid to raise his voice, hold players accountable, and demand excellence. That kind of coaching might ruffle feathers, but it's what this team needs, especially its young quarterback. And by all accounts, Caleb has responded well. He understands what's at stake, and he knows that the key to unlocking his full potential lies in mastering the details of this new offense. It's easy to overreact to early camp struggles, but it's important to keep perspective. These are growing pains. Every great quarterback has experienced them. Peyton Manning threw 28 interceptions as a rookie. Josh Allen took 3 seasons to find consistency. Caleb Williams has already shown flashes of greatness in his first year. Now, with an improved offensive line, better skill players, and one of the most innovative play callers in the league, he's set up for a major leap forward. Before we continue with the latest on Caleb and how the Bears can turn promise into performance, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and press the bell icon so you never miss a single update from Chicago Bears now. We're breaking it all down, every single day. One of the most debated topics in Chicago sports right now revolves around a single question. How much time should Caleb Williams be given to prove that he's the quarterback of the future? It's a question that goes beyond just wins and losses. It's about development, decision-making, leadership, and most of all, growth. Caleb Williams will be the starter for the entirety of the 2025 season barring injury. That's a given. But the narrative will evolve based on his progress, or lack thereof. When should fans and analysts expect noticeable improvement? How long before fair criticism becomes necessary evaluation? Colin Cowherd, always a lightning rod for sports takes, believes the clock is already ticking. He argues that by early October, 6 or 7 games into the season, we should know if Williams can be the guy. He points to past cases like Jared Goff under Sean McVay and Bo Nix with Sean Payton as examples of quarterbacks who elevated their play significantly within weeks under the right coaching and systems. There's some validity in Cowherd's argument. The Bears' infrastructure is undeniably better this year. The offensive line has been shored up, the receiving core is more dynamic, and most importantly, Ben Johnson's scheme is designed to help quarterbacks succeed. Unlike last year, there are no longer glaring weaknesses to lean on as excuses. Caleb has what he needs. Now he must deliver. Ben Johnson has made his expectations clear. He's reportedly challenged Williams to complete 70% of his passes and eclipse the 4,000-yard mark. Lofty goals, but ones that reflect just how high the internal belief is in Caleb's potential. Williams has embraced those targets, stating publicly that he wants to be the first Bears quarterback to hit those marks. And that's a good thing. Ambition, when coupled with accountability, leads to growth. But progress isn't always linear. There will be games where Caleb looks unstoppable, threading passes through tight windows, evading pressure, and making clutch plays. There will also be games where things don't click. The important thing is the trajectory. Realistically, a major checkpoint arrives at the Week 5 bye. Johnson has pointed to this early bye week as a potential turning point for the offense. The hope is that the first 4 games allow the team to iron out issues, build chemistry, and identify what works. Coming out of the bye, the Bears should be more refined, more confident, and more explosive. If that happens, the second half of the season could be when the Bears hit their stride. Of course, that doesn't mean fans should expect immediate dominance. A 2-2 start wouldn't be alarming if the offense shows signs of improvement and the defense holds its own. What's crucial is seeing forward movement. Are the mistakes from week 1 corrected by week 4? Are the timing issues resolved? Is the offense starting to look like a cohesive unit? These are the questions that will define Caleb Williams' season. The tools are there. The system is in place. It's now a matter of execution, consistency, and leadership. And if those things come together, Bears fans might finally witness the rise of a true franchise quarterback. As we look ahead to the rest of training camp and the upcoming season, it's impossible to overstate just how critical 2025 is for both Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears. This is the year that could define a decade. The Bears have spent years searching for a quarterback who can lead them into relevance, and Caleb might finally be that player. So what would a successful season look like? It's not just about stats, though those will matter. Caleb doesn't need to throw for 5,000 yards or win MVP, but he does need to prove that he belongs in the top tier of young NFL quarterbacks. Improvement by even 10% from last season could elevate him into the middle range of starting QBs, say 15th or 16th best in the league. That would be a solid step forward. But the Bears and their fans are hoping for more. They're hoping for a top 10 quarterback. A player who can win games with his arm, manage pressure, and lead fourth quarter comebacks. Someone who makes everyone around him better. And someone who gives the franchise a legitimate shot to contend year after year. The good news? Caleb has that ceiling. The physical tools are off the charts. He's smart, mobile, and has a rare ability to throw on the move with accuracy and velocity. Combine that with Ben Johnson's quarterback-friendly system, and the potential is tantalizing. The Bears are no longer a rebuilding team. They're built to win now. The defense is fast, physical, and opportunistic. The offensive weapons are versatile. The coaching staff is unified and disciplined. This team is ready. They just need their quarterback to rise to the occasion. And that's the challenge. Williams doesn't have to be perfect, but he does have to be great when it matters most. Whether it's a third and long in the fourth quarter or a red zone opportunity down by 6, this is where franchise quarterbacks earn their reputations. Ben Johnson understands that better than anyone. He's built this offense with Caleb in mind, tailoring schemes to his strengths and pushing him to become more accurate, more decisive, and more consistent. Their relationship will define not only this season but potentially the next 5 years of Bears football. By season's end, Fans shouldn't just feel hopeful about Caleb Williams, they should feel certain. Not necessarily that he's the next Patrick Mahomes, but that he's the guy in Chicago, the quarterback who finally ends the carousel, the leader who brings confidence back to Soldier Field. If Caleb finishes the year with 4,000 plus yards, completes close to 70% of his passes, and leads the team to a playoff appearance or even contention, then the Bears will have their answer. Even if the win-loss record isn't perfect, growth in the right areas will speak volumes. More than anything, 2025 is about clarity. By week 18, the Bears need to know exactly what they have in Caleb Williams. If he shows command of the offense, limits mistakes, and delivers in big moments, the foundation will be in place for a championship window to open. This is the start of the Caleb Williams era. And while the early reports may be filled with criticism and skepticism, the journey has only just begun. With the right mindset, the right system, and the right support, Caleb Williams could become the most important player in Chicago Bears history. Thanks for tuning in to today's breakdown. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you're always in the loop on all things Chicago Bears. We'll keep bringing you daily updates, insider insights, and everything you need to stay ahead of the game.